Hello, and welcome to our Quora B2B talk. We're super excited to have you join us today. By way of introduction, my name is Kevin Liu, and I'm a Senior Growth Associate here at Quora, where I help drive and support a lot of the programs and initiatives that we run here to support the growth of our brands and partners on the Quora Ads platform. On behalf of our Quora family, we're really excited to be here at the Forrester conference, and we've prepared this short and sweet agenda for you today that really aims to cover the Quora Ads 101 that marketers want to know. We'll be covering the who, the what, and the why behind Quora, as well as the key B2B marketing opportunities and capabilities of our ads platform that are in store for B2B brands and marketers. So let's really get started and begin with the key question. What is Quora and why do people use it? So Quora, as we know it as today, is a knowledge sharing platform, and as a company, we fundamentally believe that the vast majority of human knowledge is still not on the internet. And when you think about knowledge, you realize that it's very fragmented. It's trapped in books and our heads and the everyday conversations that we hold with people in our own inner circles and our personal networks. So here at Quora, what we really aim to solve for is to fill that knowledge gap and being able to really aggregate that knowledge and make it globally accessible. When we think about where we stand in this overall information ecosystem, one of the largest competing players that we see is actually Wikipedia. When you think of Wikipedia, they're fantastic in surfacing and sharing objective knowledge online. But where Quora is truly unique is that we also bring human experiences and subjective knowledge to the table as well. And we do all this through Q&A. This really helps us share and grow knowledge across a huge variety of topics and categories. A fun fact that really makes Quora stand out for the B2B crowd especially is if we're to take a trip back to the past and really rewind to the beginning 11 years ago, you'll see that our earliest adopters of Quora were tech leaders and founders, business leaders, and entrepreneurs from the very heart of Silicon Valley. So now when you fast forward to today, you wouldn't be surprised at all to see that some of the largest topics where we see the most energized conversations and engagement taking place are very much in the realms of business and technology, SaaS, and even specific brands themselves. So to really continue sharing knowledge effectively, we've made huge strides towards fostering a community of trusted experts. The value of the Quora platform is such that anyone looking to learn more about your industry or your product or your brand can really ask those questions openly on Quora. And from there, we use machine learning to really make sure that we're routing the right questions to the right experts based on user-generated credentials like their job title, education, and even their years of professional experience. From there, the Quora community can then comment, upvote, and share these answers just like any other social platform. And really, it's the high quality content that rises to the top and keeps people engaged and coming back. So this powerful flywheel effect that we see here in front of us really serves as the engine that's been fueling a ton of content growth on Quora, where we see that our content currently grows at a rate that's around 10 times that of Wikipedia's. And just as importantly, it drives the powerful usage and engagement that our B2B partners are looking for, which brings us to this next question. How can your brand join the conversation and start to leverage Quora's audience? So the high level of usage that we see might not surprise you when you realize that we're well over 300 million monthly unique visitors around the world. In plain English, this just means that we're in the same scale bracket as other notable platforms like Twitter, Snapchat, and Reddit. And our largest markets does start with the US, which makes up around 45%. And then this is followed by the UK and the rest of Western Europe. And while audience volume is really nice to have, one of the biggest reasons why B2B advertisers have been choosing Quora is because of our users' mindsets. What you'll realize is that Quora is home to a very leaned in audience. And personally, it's one of the main reasons why I've loved using the product myself for the past several years. The people that you'll meet here are just so proactive and intentional with their learning and wanting to connect with others on both a personal and professional level, again, on a huge variety of topics here. And in our conversations with marketers, the common narrative that we're hearing more and more is that they're really trying to diversify away from the Google and Facebook duopoly because they really want to prioritize finding net new audiences and trying to unlock that net new demand at scale. So what's been drawing their attention and like their excitement to Quora is that they realize their audience really consists of people who are just, again, naturally curious and are actively asking questions and again seeking solutions rather than just passively scrolling on their phone. You can see in this example on the left just how the intent behind a user's questions, like what is the best project management tool, is just so smoothly matched by Monday.com, who was just really able to recognize and jump in on this opportunity and tap into that intent with a really well-tailored ad. And this, again, just better adds value to that customer's journey. So to dig deeper into the makeup of our audience that really resonate within a B2B context, our users are highly educated. Many of our users do report a college degree, and typically what higher education translates to is that Quora users tend to skew towards the higher end of the income bracket. For marketers, this just means that you're tapping into an audience with a higher propensity to commit and purchase. We have also worked with Nielsen's Insights team and found that Quora does over-index on finding decision makers compared to other major publishers. And again, what this means for B2B brands and marketers is that you're reaching an audience where the typical user is simply more likely to be in a decision-making position. That means that the effectiveness of your initiatives can really be amplified because, again, you're now operating in an environment where you know they're doing research and they're seeking a solution. So you're getting in front of people who are able and ready to make those conversations flow further down your funnel. And this takes the conversation to really highlight some of the key capabilities of our ads platform to help you align your brand and solution with the customer journey, especially when they're in these valuable research and consideration state of minds. We offer ad solutions such as text and image ads, where again, you can use refined targeting to hone your ads next to relevant topic categories, specific granular questions, and again, also on people's behaviors and their interest signals. You can also use lead gen ads on Quora to really capture a user's interest right then and there in the moment. Our ads platform makes it really easy to customize your lead gen forms and inputs so that you're getting the information that you're looking for. And again, we make the leads that you do generate very easily accessible and downloadable from your ads manager. And lastly, promoted answers. So really, like, what better way to align your brand and your story and your offerings to the right people in the right context than to just answer the very questions asked by your prospects and customers themselves. In the past year alone, we've really just seen this meteoric explosion and adoption of our answer-based ad format that you see here. And we know that over half of B2B marketers say that establishing their company as a thought leader is always one of their top objectives. And again, like, one of the best ways that you can do that in general is just establishing your company's leaders and subject matter experts as authorities in their fields. And Quora is really one of the most enabling places on the internet where you can do that. Promoted answers give brands that vocal muscle to establish thought leadership and stand out as a leading authority on the wider internet. They also just offer this level of flexibility and creative freedom that our B2B partners have come to love. For example, you're not confined to body text limits. You can redirect traffic to several landing pages of your choice, like within the very same answer. And you can even take existing content you already have on your own blogs and properties and just repurpose them to questions on Quora. And again, these are all the ways that you can unlock that incremental demand that you just wouldn't be able to on any other platform. So the other core highlights that will help you better get to know our ads platform is that our ads manager is self-serve. That means you can create a free ad account at any time and explore. We also provide the Quora base pixel and conversion pixel so that you can track your traffic and conversions coming from Quora and unlock audience targeting capabilities like web retargeting and creating and targeting lookalikes. We do offer desktop and mobile inventory, so we know B2B marketers love that desktop inventory. And for us, the current overall makeup for desktop on Quora is around 25%. And lastly, we offer CPM, CPC, and CPA bidding, all as ways to effectively buy based on your campaign objectives. So to wrap things up on Quora, B2B brands have this really valuable opportunity to tap into a net new audience of, again, high intent users and decision makers. You're really able to accomplish so much more than just brand awareness. I think like Quora really enables brands to go a much level deeper and just establish that brand salience, which is really making your brand prominent and stick out in people's minds to the point where they're proactively thinking about you when they're making these buying decisions. On Quora, you're really able to stick out and influence people when they're actually in these malleable research and consideration windows. And with all this being said, thank you so much all for your time and for tuning in. If you have questions or inquiries for us, we would absolutely love to invite you to get in touch at Quora.com/business. Feel free to take the 10 seconds to send us a quick contact form and we can have someone reach out to you directly. And be sure to follow Quora for Business on our social media channels where every week we're actively posting and sharing more guides and best practices and audience insights that marketers want to know from us. So let us know how we can be of help.